Welcome to Mitchell's Playbook, sponsored by his parents. A show for kids by a kid that loves sports. Now your host, Mitchell Matthias.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Mitchell's Playbook. I'm Mitchell.
And I'm Dad.
Today we'll be talking about something really exciting in football, the NFL Draft and the NFL Scouting Combine.
Those are really two big things in football. But what if somebody listening doesn't know anything about football yet?
That's okay. We're going to explain so everybody can understand.
First question, what is the NFL?
The National Football League, or NFL, is the na- biggest football league in the world.
And how many teams are in it?
There are 32 teams. Some teams you might know are the New York Jets, Detroit Lions, and the Denver Broncos.
And all those teams play during the season trying to win the championship.
Yep, the championship game is the Super Bowl.
Okay, Mitchell, so here's a question. How do the NFL teams get new players?
Great question. That's where the NFL draft comes in.
What exactly happens in the draft?
NFL teams take turns picking the best college football players in their team.
That sounds something like kids already might know of.
Yeah, it's kind of like when you're at recess and two captains pick teams for
Oh, that makes sense.
each team takes turns choosing a player.
Who gets to pick first?
Usually the team that didn't do very well last season gets first pick
Why is that?
because it helps the league more fair and balanced.
Hmm, let's talk about the combine. What is that?
The football combine is where players show how fast, strong, and athletic they are.
Okay, so that's like a giant tryout.
Exactly.
What kind of things do the players do there?
Hmm. They do a bunch of drills like um, running 4 yard dash to see how fast they are, bench press to see how strong they are, vertical jump to see how high they can jump, and drills they are changing directions really fast.
And who is all watching this?
All the NFL coaches and team scouts.
So they're basically trying to figure out which player they want to draft.
Yep,
So the NFL draft is April 23rd to the 25th in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Who has the top pick this year?
the Las Vegas Raiders. And then we have the New York Jets picking second,
Which
and
we're going
then
to blow it.
and then the Arizona Cardinals for third. The big moment.
So what happens when the player finally gets drafted?
It's a huge moment.
Tell us all about it.
The players hear their names called and their family cheers, and they usually get a phone call from the team.
They don't do anything else?
Yep, they put on a hat of team they picked.
That must feel amazing.
It's a dream come true.
All right, Mitchell. Before we end the show, I got a couple quick questions for you. If you could draft any player in the National Football League, who would you pick in the first round and why?
I would pick Amon St. Brown because he's very fast and he has good catches.
If you were the coach and you own the NFL team, what would you name your team?
The Tigers.
Yeah, a good one.
Mhm.
If you could have one football superpower, what would it be? Examples would be like super speed, super strength, never drop a catch, kicking the ball for about 100 yards.
I would say never dropping a catch.
All right, so we have a question for all you kids listening. What position would you want to play in football? At quarterback, running back, receiver, or any of the different positions on defense? Let us know down in the comments.
Yes.
All right, before we go, can you remind everybody what we learned today?
Sure. The combine is where players show their skills. The draft is where NFL teams choose their new players.
Great explanation.
Thanks for listening to Mitchell's Playbook. If you learned anything new about football, make sure to come back for next episode.
See you next time.
Bye everyone. I'll catch you later.